How about now? Can you guys hear and see me? Am I on air? Am I live? Please tell me you can see me finally. Let me know. Can you guys hear and see me? Just drop in the comments. You can't hear me. Let's try again. Yes. Yay. Okay. So, oh, fantastic. Oh my gosh, guys. I am so someone say no visual. I can hear you, but blurred picture. Okay, let's see if we can. Now. Okay. Hey guys. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I know a few of you dropped out, but please accept my sincere apologies. Just some major technical difficulties getting this call, this system working, but I do apologize and thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for everybody who has taken out the time. Hi Jacqueline. Hi Gladness. Hi Colin. Hi Andrea. Hi Ricklin. Nice to see you guys. So grateful you're here, and thank you for your patience, because yeah, that was a little bit frustrating trying to get everything to work. We had two rooms open. As some of you know, you was kind of moved over to this room, but we're on air, we're ready to go. And hi Ife, nice to see you, and welcome guys. Right, so I'm going to get into it because we've lost a bit of time. Hi Audrey, lovely to see you. So guys, welcome to this moment. You know, I have been waiting for this for a little while now, and it's been an interesting journey to even get here today. So I want to just get straight into the reason why we're here. And Rosalind says, I still can't hear and see you. Is anybody else having any difficulties hearing or seeing me? Just let me know. Jacqueline says I can. Glasner says I can. Iffy says you can. Rosalind's saying she can't. What I may suggest you do is try and refresh your screen, perhaps. No. Okay, I know why, guys. Don't worry. One second. Right. So what I need to do is, yeah. No says all good. Am I still in? So I'm going to go to the presentation scene. Can hear you and see you clearly. Fantastic. So guys, can you see my other screen as well? Just let me know you can see my screen. That would be great. So I can go straight into it. Okay, fantastic. Okay, right. So I started, but we'll start again. So welcome guys to the 100K and 100-day challenge. Today I'm going to be really giving you an introduction to what this journey is really going to be about for those who decide to come on this program and to go through this. You know, it's more than what it seems on the front. And so hopefully you guys will get an idea of exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm just going to pop into the room again, because I just want to make sure everyone can hear me, see me. Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. So what is the 100K 100-day challenge? Now, this is something I've created. A lot of people are doing their own challenges, but I've created something specific based on my experience in making just under 100 grand online, but what it really required of me. And there's two sides to this. There is the technical side, which is knowing the tools, the systems, the products, the landscape of the internet. And then there's also you and the self-awareness side of your motivations, your habits, your mentors, you know, the people who are around you. So I've kind of broken this program up into the two parts, because I really think it's important that whenever we're looking at business or anything, we look at it holistically. You know, you are not isolated from your business. You know, you are not isolated from anything. everything is interlinked. If you're not doing well in your business, chances are it's going to affect your health. It will affect your family relations. It will affect you. If your family is not doing well, it's going to affect your business. And so everything is interlinked. And I try and look at things as holistically as possible. So this is not just focusing on business, whilst that is the core concept, and you'll walk away from this with a lot of training around business. But the first part of this is really about you. Okay, so the 100K and 100K challenge, so 100K in 100 days challenge, what is it? And I've described this one as a transformational journey where you can challenge your beliefs and behaviors around money, business, and personal growth. That conceptualizes exactly what I've designed and created this challenge to be, because we always have to, in order to get one thing, we have to transform in some place. Those of you who are on this call, if you're not already making 6 figures online, then there has to be some sort of transformation. Either you don't know how to, you don't believe you can, or you're not taking the actions. And so in order to create a transformation so that you can go from wherever you are today to where you want to be, which is, my goal is to get you to 100 grand. Now, I'm going to say there's no income promises here. This is a journey. Some people might make nothing. Some people might make 10, but I'm telling you, if you put in the work, you will get results. It's just like anything. So my job is to guide and mentor you and to show you the tools, show you the systems, show you the hacks, show you all the things that you would need, but also create the foundation so that when I am showing you these things, you're going to act on them. Because the biggest problem I find, and I have with mentoring and coaching people, is that they have a lack of motivation, so they don't do what's needed. They procrastinate. They don't have the confidence. And so when you don't deal with the core of an individual, you don't get results. And I'm not here to waste my time with anybody. I'm genuinely here to walk with people and help them accomplish something that, I'm passionate about, and that I really believe everyone here wants to do. We want to make money for our families, or to go on holiday, or whatever we want to do. And we'll get into that, why we want to do that. So just a little bit about me, for those of you who may not know me. I'm sure most of you do, but for those that don't, my name is Victoria Walker, as you all probably should know. And I'm also known as Lady Cryptoria, which is my cryptocurrency name. I'm a crypto woman. I'm Bitcoin lady, as some people call me. But I'm a coach. I'm a business mentor. I'm a serial entrepreneur, public speaker, and I say media, a bit of social media and radio, TV, and newspaper. And I tend to speak a lot about sort of emerging technologies like blockchain, landscape of the world. I love technology. That is like my thing. Author of the Bit Mogul Guide, and also co-founded the Square Mile Investment Club. So we basically have dinners once a month, and we introduce sort of entrepreneurs and investors who want to sort of meet and greet. I also have an agency in Lagos that I founded last year called Vimera, and then a charity where we feed children every week in Nigeria as well. So that's about me, and these are some of the little cool pictures I just wanted to show you guys. Now, I'm not doing this to brag or anything. I want to show you, some of the things that I have done in the past, and, I do know what I'm talking about. I'm not here just talking waffle. I do genuinely have ways of achieving things. But, oh yeah, and just wanted to also remember, I was so fortunate when I went to Africa. I was able to do some work with the president of Sierra Leone, which is a really great accomplishment and achievement. I always wanted to work, with offices and things like that, and, do work in countries around infrastructure development. So this was something really, really cool that I managed to accomplish. But what I'm trying to say is that it was not always like this. 4 years ago, I was broke in my business, like really, really broke, guys, like broke to the point where, finding £20 was a struggle. I went homeless. So as much as that I literally had paid for my office rent and had to sleep in my own office in Brixton, and I lived in London. And it was challenging, you know. I left my job, and you know, that month I just was trying. You know, I ended up getting a contract eventually, but even that failed. You know, I racked up a lot of debt because I had over like £40,000 worth of like debt, credit cards, business loans that I just didn't manage properly. And, you know, as a result, when you're struggling so much, especially like to keep your head above water, you don't function in business well when you're needy, you know. So I had a lot of failed client projects. You know, I got my first contract, and within like 2 months, it just didn't work out. And so I'd moved and everything for this contract, and it didn't work out. You know, just I had unsuccessful campaigns, many that just didn't work out. And the reason why is because I wasn't doing the right thing. I was just doing what I thought, okay, I'm going to make money, I'm going to make money, I'm going to make money. And so they didn't work out. My first online launch, I sold 0 books and courses, like nothing. And it was quite disappointing because, you know, you put all this effort. I'm just going to come back to you guys because I just want to just make sure that you guys can hear. Yeah, you can see the slides. I'm just coming back in because Rosalind is saying, has the class started? Because I still see broadcast shortly. Okay, let me just let her know. Yes, it has started. Please refresh your page. So I really want everybody to get something out of this. So I'm just always checking in on you guys. Because sometimes these systems, you know, but everyone's good, yeah? You can hear me. You can, you know, you're seeing the slides and everything. Great. So yeah, so going back, sorry to interrupt that, but going back to that, it's like, it was really, really challenging. And I was so depressed because imagine like you do have a dream and you're trying. It's like you're trying. You're doing everything that you think you should, but it's just not working. You know, you get a client, it doesn't work out, and then you feel horrible. And I became very, 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 very depressed and very defeated, and was almost admitted into hospital because of it, because I was that stressed, that defeated, that broken, you know, because 4 years on and off is a long time. And it wasn't like I made 0 money, but it was like, okay, because I was doing freelancing, or I would say consulting. So I'd get a client and I'd advise them on their digital marketing, you know, how to get social media clients or Google ads and things like that. But I wasn't really good at the implementation of it. I was good at advising, but I was taking on things that I just shouldn't have been doing. Just didn't have a good business model. And so it was really bad. It was really, really difficult. And after sort of when you get to like year 3, and one thing about me, I am a fighter. So I was determined that I'm not going back into work. I'm going to see it through, just be in a dead horse. And it just really took its toll on me until I had a breakthrough moment. Now, a breakthrough moment is that point where it's almost like the point where you give up. And within that moment, the impossible does become possible. And so my breakthrough moment happened when a very, very good mentor, his name was John. John saw me online, and that was one thing I started to do. Whereas I wasn't working so much online myself, I got so deflated and I was broken. And so what I had to do is go back to my passion, which was just technology. And I just started speaking about Bitcoin. And it wasn't something I actually thought I was going to make anything of it. I was just talking about it. And just from talking about it, I went on this, I can only call it like an amazing, just magical journey. So I talked about it, then somebody saw me, and then they wanted me on radio, and then I did radio, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. And my friend John taught me how to package my knowledge and create a course and create a book And so that's what I did. And within 7 months, well, within the first couple of weeks, we made money, but within 7 months, I made £95,000. So that was like, sorry, dollars. That was like more in 7 months than I'd made in the entire 4 years of me struggling. And the funny thing about it was that I made this money with so much ease. I was doing what I loved. It was fun. I didn't have to sit down with clients and go backwards and forwards. I literally had a system that automated everything. So I didn't even train. I did one set of training. Then after that, everything was just automated. I was taught all these systems. I was taught how to market it. So it was like, I created so much freedom. I was able to create so much freedom and so much, money as well. And then be able to do the things that I wanted to do that I had denied myself or been denied those 4 years. So that's my story and personal journey. And this is why I teach this stuff, because if it wasn't for somebody coming into my life and saying, hang on a minute, have you ever thought about doing this, this, and this, which I've seen people do it or talk about, but I had never tried or even thought about it. Had it not been that person who walked into my life and gave me the tools, gave me the support, and gave me the encouragement, I would not be here today, and I wouldn't have lived the life that I've lived for the last sort of 2 years, year and a half. I mean, last year wasn't the greatest because I took my foot off the pedal, because you take things for granted. But, I've literally been able to do what I wanted to do. I've traveled, I've lived a freedom-based lifestyle. It's just been amazing. And so for me, why I created this challenge is because I want you guys to replicate the steps. Those who want to do this, just like somebody gave me the knowledge, it's like we have to always, I was taught this, especially by my mentor, especially by my mom. It's like teaching's always been my passion anyway. I always love teaching, but sharing knowledge is one of the best things you can ever give someone. You can give people money, they'll spend it. But if you give them knowledge, you'll be able to use that knowledge in so many ways to empower your lives. And not only that, other people. What I teach you, just like someone taught me, now I'm sharing it with you guys. You guys are going to share it with other people. So that's my story. And let's just get into the training now. So, why you don't currently have what you want. Now, there's a method to the madness why we don't have what we want. And this was exactly some of the reasons why I didn't have what I wanted. It's because I didn't know how to. We don't know how to. Often we don't have what we want because we don't know how to get there. Nobody is taking the time to say, oh, well, if you do this, this, and this, you could get this. Knowledge is the basis of getting from A to B. If you're driving, you don't have a map on how to get from Paris to Rome. You're probably going to take all sorts of, you'll get there eventually, but you're going to take all sorts of roads and, diversions, and you're going to have to ask one here. If you don't have a clear map or process of how to get from where you are to where you want to be, you won't get there. So this is why a lot of people don't have what they want in life, because they genuinely don't know. Their parents haven't taught them because their parents probably don't know. The schools are definitely not going to teach you this stuff, because you have to remember the education system wants you to be in a job. They want you to work as laborers. They don't want you to be, freedom-based and entrepreneurial. And also, the system of the education was built for the Industrial Revolution or industrial era. It wasn't built for the technological era which we're living in now. So you don't know what you don't know, just like I didn't know what I didn't know. So this is why a lot of us, are doing what is just the rhythm, because it's just what everybody does. But you don't get what you want if you're not doing what you need to do. Second reason why people don't have what they want is that there's some fundamental part, and this was a massive thing I've seen, not only myself, but in other people, where even if you say it's possible to do this, this, and this, people just do not believe it. If you're mindset is that $50,000 is a lot of money. If I told you that you could make $100,000 a day, it doesn't correlate, because your belief system or their belief system is that 50,000 is a lot of money. Now, if you're around somebody who's making $1 million a month, 50 grand's nothing. And it's really about the belief system that you had, like how you've been raised and what you define as wealth and money. And everyone has their own level, and there's no judgment. There's no judgment. Some people are happy with $50,000 a year, you know. But I hope the guys that are on this call, that you can think a little bit bigger than, because we're talking about making 6 figures in 100 days, you know. And you have to internally, your deepest part of your mind, believe that. And if for any reason you don't, you will sabotage. Even if you try something, even if you think you believe it, or you're not fully convicted, you'll sabotage. You'll find that when you're needing to act, you won't be motivated. You won't feel inspired, because there's a part of you in your subconscious that just doesn't believe you can. Or maybe you don't believe you deserve it. Or maybe you have a belief that, you know, money isn't for people like me, or, you know, and especially people from lower income families, people who haven't been raised in money. You know, this is a challenge. Your belief system about money really does prevent you from having it. So this is a lot of stuff that, you know, I had to do a lot of work on this, and this is why I bring this up, because I know this is going to be part of the process with people who I coach and mentor, for you to really understand that, you know, chances are there will be part of your psyche that may block your own blessing, because deep down you don't believe you're ever worthy of it, it's possible for you, or that if you have it, you know, some people sabotage themselves because by having money, it means that, you know, other people don't have, and these are stuff that we have to work through. Third reason is that you're not taking enough action, and this was just the biggest thing for a lot of people. Even if you know how to and you believe you can, some people just straight up lazy. They don't want to do the work. You know, you're not doing what you need to do. Everything takes a discipline, a daily habit, something that you have to do continuously, over and over and over again to get results. It's just what it is. And when we don't take the actions, we don't get the results. So I get coaching clients who, you know, I can sit down and talk to them all day and train them all day, but they don't do anything with it. And then they wonder why they're not getting, you know, results. That's because you cannot achieve something without doing anything. You have to do the work. So they're saying, if you do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. And that's a Tony Robbins, that's his little motto, but it's true. Everything's about doing. Like, everything is about what you do. And some of us, you know, what we do is when we get home, we're there scrolling through social media, just in, you know, looking at nonsense. And I want to get you guys into the habit of, when you get home, you're doing a training video. You're actually enhancing your mindset and how to use the same social media platform that millions of people are using to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now you're going to start reframing your mind of how you use social media, you know, how you use these tools for your advantage, rather than just wasting our time and our lives on nonsense. You know, we only have a limited time on this planet, and you don't want to die with the music inside you. And I always say that to people. You don't want to, like, leave this earth without doing some of the things that you want to do and experience here, you know, because it's a life wasted. I really believe that we are here to experience the greatness of what we can experience in life, whether it's nice food, beautiful environment, you know, spending time with our families, raising our children, you know, living where we want to live, driving. Like, I believe if we have all these things on earth, it's not just for the few. People want you to believe that, because then you'll just play small, and people can benefit from you playing small. But now we need to think big, because we're living in an era where it's possible. You know, there's 17-year-olds today who's just racked in $200,000 just online. And it's not because he's smarter or wiser, it's just because he knows how to leverage technology better than we do. So, going back to, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So we need to be changing the habits. And this is where we go into something really important, which is called be, do, have. Now, I just want to ask you guys, how many of you guys are familiar with this model? I'm just going to go back to the room, make sure you guys are still there. How many guys are you familiar with the be, do, have model? Please just let me know. Just type in yes, I know it. Yes, I've seen it before. No, I haven't. It'd be just interesting to see, who's familiar with this model. And nope. Okay. Nope. Okay. That's fine. Well, you're gonna learn today, guys. You're gonna learn today. See, this is what this is what the whole program is about. It's training you guys to really. This part's about self-awareness, because if you're not self-aware, you won't succeed in business. Nobody does. So I have to go into this. I have to get you guys to understand this. So B is about, so basically the concept is who you have to be becomes what you do, and what you do is based on what you have. So you got to be, you got to do, and you will have. So your being is, the first state of being is your level of awareness. Who am I? Who are you? In fact, let me ask somebody in the room, who are you? Who are you? Like Jacqueline, tell me who are you? Audrey, tell me who you are. Someone tell me who you are. I just want to see how you guys answer this. Sinache, hi, nice to see you. Ricklin, Colin, drop in the comments. I'm asking you, who are you? So tell me who you are. And I'll wait, guys, because this is very important. Who are you? Who do you think you are? Okay, so no one says a human being. Okay, what else have we got, guys? I'm a womanpreneur. I like that. I love that. Fantastic. What else have we got, guys? Who are we? Keep them coming. Keep them coming. This is really important, because this is kind of like the foundation. Father, eager to change. I like this. I like this. Okay. Well, you guys are, great. Thank you for answering. But we're none of these things. These are labels. Who we are is much deeper than, what we like to think. And really, our level of awareness is we're many things. We're not one thing, and we're very multifaceted. The human psyche and the human being is so multifaceted. We're mothers, we're fathers, we can be daughters, sisters. So we have all these labels, but these are just really labels. They don't really define who you are at the core. So we're how we define ourselves, everyone has their own theology about this. But for me, the core of it is we are a being having an experience. But what happens in life is that we get all these labels. So I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a father, I'm a this. And then with these labels, we kind of build this identity. And then your identity is how you live out your life based on that identity. But really at the core, we are beings. And the good thing about identity is that we actually can create the identity that we have. But at your core, there are some things about you that are just natural to you, like your values. And again, some of these will be given from your parents, and some of them are just naturally innate, like what you value. And we'll go into the value system in a bit. But being who you be is about, once you know at your core who you be and your beliefs about yourself. Because some people think I'm a failure, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy. That is their level of awareness, or I'm not enough. Some people actually think that of themselves. Some people think I am great, I am wonderful, I am this. So your being is probably, and what you think about your being is the biggest determines what you do. So your being is also how I feel, my state of mind. Am I lively? Am I enthusiastic? Or am I depressed and just like, Am I neutral? Am I excited? These are all states of mind. And the more you are, the more your state is in a positive state, the more chances are that you're going to do the right thing. But also your mindset. So you've got your level of awareness, then you've got your state of mind, and then you've got your mindset, which is your values, like your why. Why do you exist? What is your purpose? And guys, I'm going to ask you to get some pen and paper in a bit. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but you will need a notepad and paper or something you can write down on shortly. So I will give you some time to get it, but just prep your mind for that. We're going to be doing some exercises shortly. But going back to mindset, what are your values? What's important to you? What do you really care about? What you really want to experience? And this is the essence of your being, who you are, what you care about, what you want to experience, what you want to give in life, And so once you're very clear on these things, so who you are, which is everything and nothing, you have labels, but you're not your labels. You are you. You're just a being, and you can be what you want to be. I know that sounds so cliche. Be what you want to be. Say what you. But it's true. Like, you actually can be what you want to be. If you say I want to be a millionaire, you can be a millionaire if you do the actions that a millionaire does. Then you get the results. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So you got to be. That's why some people say, like, fake it till you make it. I believe in it. Yeah, I do believe in it, because I believe that if you think I am a winner, I'm a champion, even if you might have not won yet, when you psych yourself up and you actually start to believe that I can be a champion, or I can be, or I am being, and start behaving and acting that way, you will, if you believe that I'm a winner, when it comes to fighting or winning at something, you're going to give your best fight. If you believe you're a loser, you're not going to do anything. And if you don't do the right things, which is your behavior, which is determined on the decisions that you make, how you use your time, and your interactions with others, like your mentor, like your coach, like the people around you, which is your behaviors, you'll never get the have. So I really want to enforce that. This is why I'm doing this work, because we're working at the core level, which is your level of awareness of who you are, self-awareness, your mindset in terms of what you actually believe. And let me tell you something about mindset. There's what you think, and then there's all this stuff down beneath, and it's a very complex, we're complex beings, but we'll get somewhere with it. But I just want you guys to understand is being creates what you do, and then what you do makes what you have. Okay, and it's really important. So if you want to succeed in this, you need to be consistent. You need to be integral. You need to be committed. And committed means that if I'm in, I'm in. 13 weeks in, I'm going to show up. I'm going to do what I need to do daily. I'm going to follow the process, the formula, and I'm going to get the results. Because once you start being and then you're doing the behavior, you get the results. So I want you guys to really remember this. Be, do, and have. So going back to who you are, I want you to just think about this for a minute or two. Like, what are your strengths? What are you good at? What are you not so good at? And what are your core values? And I'll even outside, this doesn't even make who you are, but it's a good indication for you to start really becoming aware of you. Your passions and your vision for your life, what you like doing. What do you do if you wasn't being paid to do it? What would you do if you had all the time and money in the world? What would you do? And the sad thing is that a lot of people don't actually know this because they've never had the time to really sit down and think about it. Or if they have, it's just been an afterthought. So I've got a list of 400 personal values, and I just want you to look through this list and just pick out 10 things off this list that for you is a personal value. So a personal value is something that you value. So do you value being compassionate? Do you value aliveness, ambition? Do you value accomplishment? I'm big on accomplishment. That's one of my top values. Do you value abundance, devotion, direction, discernment, discretion, firmness. Everybody there's no right or wrong answer. There's just what's important to you. So I hope you can see this well enough. And I want you to pick just 10 and just write freely. I mean, I know some of the writing might be a little bit small, but just go through. I'll give you guys a minute or so to just go through and just write down 10 things off this list that a personal value to you. And don't think too hard, just look through. Do you like articulacy? Do you value assertiveness? Do you value confidence? Some people, and just because you value these things, even if you don't have them, it doesn't matter, because that actually might be where your growth area comes into it. You value confidence, but maybe you don't have it. So that's one of the areas on your journey that you need to develop. You might value fun, but you're not having enough fun. So your goal, and this is why the money thing I always say comes to an end, is a means to an end, because when we now think about making the money, when we link it back to your values, well, I value fun, but I'm not having any fun because I don't have enough money, or I'm working in a job that I hate. Then we can now link that between, okay, well, if you would be and do, then you could have, which would then enable you to do what makes you feel content, because a lot of us feel conflicted because we're not in alignment with our values, with our personal values, the things that we actually value, So let me just go back to the room and see you guys if you have. I need to figure out a way to do this. I can't seem to follow up due to bad network. I'm so sorry. Hi, Jake. No problem, Rosalie. You can watch on the replay. Jacqueline says, I'm struggling to find peace, financial freedom to live, eager to change. Okay. So guys, have you written down, sorry if this thing, I'm going to try and figure out how I can actually have both on, because I want to chat and talk. But anyway, we'll stick to what's working at the minute, because I don't want to mess with this system. Right, let me just make sure my charger is in. Okay. So yeah, guys, so I just have you written down your 10 list of personal values. Please, somebody mention one or two of their personal values. If you could drop that in comments. What are your top personal values? Like, what do you value? What's important to you? Is it duty? Is it education? Is it confidence? Is it competence, commitment, anticipation, assertiveness, attentiveness? And there's lots more, but okay. Let me go back to you guys. Freedom, genius, Jacqueline says. Anyone else want to mention theirs? And guys, it's so important that you do this work. Please send replay after webinar, just recap. Yeah, you guys will get the replay, it's not a problem. But yeah, please just education, confidence, good, abundance, encouragement, compassion, journalism. Gladness, list me a few that you've got. Yep, that's brilliant. Jenna Rickson, Jacqueline, can see you. Free, yeah, so that's great, guys. So it's good that you now have an idea of what's important to you, and consciousness. Brilliant. I love that. And that's what we are. We are consciousness. That's ultimately what we are. When you say what are you, you're just conscious, being aware of being aware of things, and being aware of what you like is important. So now we're going to go into what is your genius. Because guess what? At your core, everybody has a genius. And the genius is the bit that you excel at. Like, there's something you can do that no one else in the world can do like you. And you might have not discovered it yet, but there's definitely something, or a path of your least resistance. So This here is called, and I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Wealth Genius U, which basically is a model of the different types of personality types. So, and maybe some of you are familiar with Myers-Briggs and things like that, but this is about entrepreneurs. And I'm going to get you guys, those of you who are part of the, fully onboarded on the challenge in the group, I'm going to give you the actual test for you to get an idea of what your energy or what you're good at. But I'm going to go through them right now. So you have dynamo. Now, dynamo people are very, very creative. They can think about Steve Jobs was a dynamo. Steve Jobs is like the perfect example of a creator. They can come up with ideas. They make things. They're very creative. They're very good with their hands, very good with their ideas. So anybody who's really creative is what we call a dynamo. Anyone who creates new ideas, and we link it to like spring. Spring is when new things come up. Now, creators are very intuitive. So they tend to understand things from internally through intuition. So they sense things. They just have a hunch, and they're very intuitive. So if you're quite creative and intuitive and very, likes to go with the flow, isn't so rigid, you're probably in the sort of dynamo energy. And then we're going to sort of go clockwise. Then we've got a star. Now, a star entrepreneur, star personality in entrepreneurism is somebody who is like Oprah. Oprah is a perfect example of a star. Oprah is, her brand and her business is built on her being, Oprah. She's a brand person now. So she's kind of on the axis of, creative, but more of what we call a blaze personality or blaze. And this is just natural. All of us will fit into one or the other, sometimes crossing over. So you could be a star supporter or deal maker, but we'll get into that. So a star is somebody who gets there or creates their wealth. And a lot of this is how you create your wealth, by the way, guys. So a creator creates their wealth by creating things, new ideas, innovation. A star creates their wealth by their personal brand. So the less accessible they are, the more money they make. So you think of Beyonce, the Cardi B, all your kind of front-face celebrities, they are what you call stars, and that's how they create their wealth. That is their least path of resistance to wealth. Then you have someone who's a supporter. Now, I'm a supporter, which is in the middle of a star and a deal maker. And supporters, we are obviously extroverted people. We are good at leading and motivating people and, bringing teams together and getting everyone pumped up. So that's what a supporter is. It doesn't necessarily mean you support people, but a star and a supporter work well and that's kind of how my career's gone. I've always maybe had somebody front face, but I would be in the background doing the bits, and that's where I feel most comfortable. Yeah, I can do some star bits, but where I feel more comfortable is actually being behind the scenes and a bit of a deal maker. So now a deal maker is a little bit different because deal makers are now going down to sensory, which is about timing. Well, they're extroverted. So they're good at timing, but they're extroverted. So these are people with massive, big black books. These are the people that could ring anybody. Donald Trump's a big, well-known deal maker. He can make $1 billion in one deal because of who he knows, and he knows how to leverage, and he's very good at timing. Probably not the best example, but that's one of the biggest deal makers I know when it comes to this sort of thing. And he's used in this example a lot. But deal makers are very good, like property people who do flips. But that's what I'm saying. Some people try and do that, and they're not natural deal makers. They may be more somebody who is a creator. So when they go into doing deal making stuff, when they should be creating, they actually get out of flow and it becomes stressful for them. And I see this happen a lot. People think that they're just good at everything and they don't stay in their path and stay in their lane. My biggest success is because I figured out what I was good at and what I love doing, and I stayed in my lane, and it didn't even feel like work. Because I was doing what I love, like I'm doing what I love and I'm getting paid, like you're not working. Because I figured out, I was taught this, what am I? And this is what I was. And so I've always stuck to it now. I don't deviate. I don't try and be a creator because that's not my forte, but I'll work with a creator. I'll partner with a creator, So anyway, going down to traders. So a trader is very much like somebody who is very good at timing. So these people could be quite good at trading, very good at, they got their ears on the ground, they're very they're very earthly. They need structure, they're not intuitive. So, and it's funny because when you look at the axes, a sensory person is the complete opposite to an intuitive. Sensory people they're about timing, very strong on timing. Whereas supporters are good at magnifying and get everyone to see. Sensory people are very good at hitting the nail on the head. And, they're very grounded people. They don't like too much hoo hee ha. They like structure. This is what it is. And they're the people that can do the same thing every day. In fact, sensory people are quite good in jobs. Jobs are good for some people because they like the routine, they know what they need to do every day, and they can literally just plod on doing the same thing, but they're very good at timing as well. So they're quite grounded. And then on the other side, you've got the complete opposite to my side, which is the sort of accumulators, which are people like landlords. These are like your big sort of property magnates, your big sort of money people who just acquire assets. They're just good at acquiring stuff, holding it. They have big business portfolios. So an accumulator is somebody who is very, very, very logical, very, very strategic, and quite introvert. Very sort of, they're like the Rothschild family sort of vibe. They are about control. They're about acquiring, and we call them the steel energy. Not that it's bad. None of these things are bad. It's just that they're more calculated, and they're kind of the opposite of the deal maker, where the deal maker has many contacts. And as you can see, they're on the opposite axes. The deal maker has a lot of contacts. These guys probably work with a few people, but have control over a lot. Then you've got your steel, your lord. So your lord is in the between sort of an accumulator. And so somebody like Rupert Murdoch that maybe owns like, the news, what was he owns the news media outlets. So you've got lords who are very much like, they're actually more like landlords. They own assets, income producing assets that produce, a little bit different to accumulator who just acquire, and then sell when needed to. The lord is more like landlord. They like the assets that produce cash, So these are steel energies, and steel energies tend to be they're more left brain, more analytical, more logical, more sort of introverted. And then you have your mechanic, who's very much like a mechanic. That's the person who can do like engineering, can create systems, and is more like a developer, And as you can see, it kind of goes up to the creative side. It's going towards because that's what a mechanic is. They can engineer and be creative. So I hope that gives you an idea of the different types of entrepreneurial. So this is linked to entrepreneurs. And it's very important that you kind of identify who you are. Are you creative? Because if you're a creator, if I'm coaching you, that's going to be different to somebody who I know is a trader energy. Or if you're a blaze person, I'm going to give you different strategies on how to build your business than somebody who's steel. If you're an accumulator, I'm going to give you, I'm not going to teach, or you shouldn't ever think one size fits all. And I don't teach that, because everybody's different. We're all the same pretty much, but we're all quite different. And so the clearer you are on where you fit in this entrepreneurial axis, the better you will be at succeeding in business. So I just want to throw it out to you guys. What do you think you are? That's right, Newswell. Colin said unable to listen in a minute. That's fine. So guys, what do you think you guys, who knows what they are in this dynamic? Does anyone have an idea of what they may be? Are you a creator? Are you a star? Are you a supporter? Just drop your comments. Let me know. It'd be great to hear from you all what you think you might be. This is like, so Rickman says a creator. Great. Yeah. This is like genius stuff. Guys, once you crack this, once you get into it and knowing your flow, you'll get into what I call flow in business, where you're just doing what you're good at. And then you partner with people that you're not good at. Some people say, I'll work on your weaknesses. I really don't believe in that. I believe in working fully to your strengths, doing only what you're good at, and then finding people who are good at what you're not good at. Because guess what? somebody who's a stealer energy is definitely not going to want to be out there talking to people like me and a Blaze or a deal maker and a star. They're introverts. So when you prepare a Blaze and a steel person, they're like a match made in heaven, because what they hate, this person loves. And what they're not good at and hate, which is numbers and number crunching and managing and all these little intricate things, they're good at. Noel says I'm a supporter. So that's really good to know. So no, you and I would train, even I can train everybody, because I'm trained in this modality of really helping people based on their personality or their type. But that would be good. You'd be good. Colin would be good at something like what, training people and showing people. And that makes sense of you, Colin, because you're a personal trainer. So that's like a natural path. So you're already on path, which is good. Sonachi says creator. So that's brilliant. And there seems to be 22 people in this room, and I'm only hearing like 2-3 people talk. So if you're lurking and you're in here and you're not saying anything, I think you need to pop up. I think you need to participate, because guys, if you're not engaging, Audrey Steele, oh, fantastic. I love Steele people because you're the opposite to me. So I just find you guys just amazing, because you're just good at detail, logic. So a Steele energy in an online business, you guys are going to be more good at the analytics. So you would enjoy. Dahameen, nice to meet you. As a Steele, you would find, okay, you wouldn't get any pleasure from doing what I do, being on camera and that. So you wouldn't get any. Definitely says I'm Blaze and Steele, so you can be extrovert and introvert, and that's brilliant. Demi says I believe I'm Steele and creator. That's fantastic. So we usually have a dominant. So whatever you said first is going to be your dominant. Network on my side is cutting off all the time, so I can't place myself, but would have a look at this properly. Great info. Okay. Well, you'll have a dominant and then a secondary and a third. So your dominant is where you're going to find your least resistance in business. And I hope you guys are hearing me fine and everything's well and dandy. Right. So let me go back to this. So this is really, and I'll be teaching a lot more during the 100K 100-day challenge. I go into this stuff, like you will have a very clear idea of what you are, who you are, and that will help us during the journey for you to get into your flow. Because as I said, how I would coach a Steele is going to be different to how I coach a Blaze, and I would make sure all the training and the support matched your profile. It's so important. So yeah, the entrepreneurial journey, guys, it's like the more you go on an entrepreneurial journey, the more you realize it's a journey of self-awareness. Roger Hamilton, who is the gentleman who created that model, and it's been my mentor, and not personally, but I've been following him for about 10 years, and more so the last couple of years where I've really been taking this serious. And it's so true, because it's like entrepreneurship, right? We've all been programmed, school, job, like we don't get to think and be creative a lot often in our jobs. So we kind of shut down that creativity. We shut down our feelings. We shut down what we want, what we need. And then when you go into into that world, it's like you have to now open up. You have to now, because you're dealing with different things. You're dealing with people. So you have to have emotional intelligence. You're dealing with different scenarios. Like today, for me, was a nightmare. Like I'd sent the wrong link out. I had more people sign up on this one, and then I hadn't finished my presentation. And even my coach this morning had to tell me, because I have a coach. I always have a coach. It's so important. But I was just literally like, oh, I'm not doing it. Like I have moments, like don't get twisted, guys. Like I have moments. I'm human. When things feel really stressful, there was just so many things going wrong, and I'm like, look, dude, Lord, I can't do it. And he's like, get up, you little bitch. Like you can't sit down. This is not you. You've got to be a champ. And you have to have that winner's attitude. Like you will feel defeated in business. It's not safe. It's not easy and dandy. I really don't want to paint that picture, but it can be easier when you have somebody to help you. Because when you're trying to figure it out on your own, it's difficult. But when you have someone to help you, it's much easier because you don't have to go through the learning curve. But there's so much about yourself. You have to control your emotions. People are going to piss you off. Things are going to go wrong, and there's going to be chaos sometimes, or you might spend money on an advertising campaign and not make one single penny, even though God forbid that ever happens, because we'll obviously teach you how not to do that. But anything's possible in business, anything's possible. Facebook could go down or whatever. And so you're having to deal with different things. And as to be a good entrepreneur, you have to sort of build that resilience. I'm not going to pretend that everything is fine and dandy. With anything, you have your ups and downs. But the good thing about the business is that you can do a lot of things with systems that take away a lot of the pressure, but systems can go wrong, just like anything. So the point is that the more self-aware you are of what you're good at, what you like, what you want to do, what your lifestyle you want it to look like, the better you'll be as an entrepreneur. And that's why I know that everyone's like, oh, I thought I was going to learn about business. Well, you are, but you've got to learn about yourself, because you need to understand who you are as an entrepreneur. You need to understand why you want to be an entrepreneur. You need to understand what you want to accomplish first. People jump into it and then after 3 days, like, oh, I don't want to do this, because you didn't have a big enough why. You didn't really understand what you were doing or why you were doing it. So this is why I make this stuff really important. It's a big question, guys. Big question. Get your pens and papers out. Who do you need to become? And what do you need to do to have what you want? And what do you really want? 'Tis the question. Do you know what you want? Do you think you know what you want? And this is really important, guys. You define who you need to become. And I'll help shape you, and I'll motivate you and support you to become that person. You define what you need to do, even though I'll give you some guidance on what you need to do, but ultimately you're going to have to take those actions to have what you want. But it's like, what do you want? What do you want? So we're going to do what I call the life-changing 7-minute exercise. And if out of anything we do tonight, if there's anything we do tonight, anyone on this call who hasn't said anything, hasn't commented, hasn't participated, which I think why, you will only get results if you're participating. You can't just, I'm not TV. This is not TV. This is not sit down and watch. This is actually you engaging on the process. You will not have transformation. You will not change if you don't engage, you don't participate. It's like playing basketball. You can't be sat as a spectator, watching the game. You need to be on the court and play to win. Do you understand? Very, very important, guys. And I need people to understand who's watching and who will come into the 100K, 100-day challenge, that this isn't a spectator's game. We don't sit on the stands, because if that's how you're behaving now, you'll do that throughout the whole challenge and you won't get any results. And I'm not here for people not getting results. I need players. I need people like on the court. I'm throwing you the ball, you're throwing it back. I'm kicking the ball here, you're kicking it back, because you won't change. People who spectate are spectators. That's what you do. You sit back and you watch everybody else living the lifestyle that they want, doing what they want, and you watch. You don't say anything. You don't take action. So all I'm asking for you to do, if there's anything that you're going to do today or we never speak again, just do this one thing, which is the life-changing 7-minute exercise. So what I need you guys to get, you need a notepad or a piece of paper and a pen. Okay. And you need to create 3 columns. I think I've put let me see if I put it in. Okay. No, I haven't. I think it'd be good to, but anyway, you need to create 3 columns. Just think of 3 columns. So draw 1 line and 1 line and one. So you've got 3 columns, 3 sections. Okay. I just hope everyone's got a pen and paper. Let me just make sure. Let me just check with you guys. I don't want to go on too fast. Jake says, I want to become a 6-figure trader. Fantastic. Everyone's coming in. Right. So guys, this exercise, has everyone got a pen and paper to do this? Because if there's anything important that you're going to take away from tonight, is this, So just let me know, yay, nay, please do this. What I will do for those, okay, comments go on, for those of you who will be in the group, which you'll be in the group in the next 24 hours if you join, then I have the actual sheet for this. If you, okay, ready, no, ready, Ricklin, fantastic, brilliant. And I really, you guys are amazing. The participation I love, because this is how you will get change. You got to participate. You've got to be a part of what we're doing, because it's engagement, and you're engaging your your neuroplasticity in your brain. I hope I said that right. But your brain changes. When you learn something new and you engage, your brain actually changes. And that's what I'm trying to do here, is to change how your brain is, so that you can create new pathways to do new actions, to have new behaviors, so you make that money. Right, guys. So you got your 3 columns. So you write your 3 columns with your paper. So the first column, I want you to put the top experiences, right? Let me just make sure I've got my notes here. I want you to put experiences. And then in the second column, I want you to put growth. So you can have one column with the headline experience, the middle column, the headline's going to say growth, and then the last comment, contribution. Now, this simple life-changing exercise, it will help you see if you really truly are aiming for the goals in life, instead of being stuck in the means. Because you know what happens in life? We tend to go for the means. Oh, I want this job, or I want this money, or I want 100. But the goal, that's the means. That's the means. The ends is, I want £100,000 so I can spend time with my family. Like, so we got to focus on the means and not the goal. I mean, you got to focus on the means, the ends, not the means. That's what I mean to me. So, you know, goal setting and really figuring out why, what you want. What you want is, it's the most important thing, guys. You know, it's what really, 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 really determines if we're going to get to where we want. Because you have to have a reason, and you need to be clear. Like, every single day you get up, you need to know why you're doing this. You know, there are times when I don't want to do things. I don't want to show up. I don't care. Like, not that I don't care, I do care, but there's moments where my mood is like, I don't want to do. But when I think of why, is because, one, I actually love doing it. 2, the people I care, that's just my nature as a supporter. I love people. So it's like, I get fulfillment from helping people. That's just how I am as a person. So it's like, I want to do something every day that I feel fulfilled. And I don't want to let people down. And then I got my family to support, and I want to do things. So it's like, my why is, when I ever feel like, oh, I have to remind myself, and this is what you guys are going to start doing. So a lot of us, most of our lives have really been trapped in the means. I've got to get this job. I want to work in finance. I want to do this. I want to have that. But you forget about the end. So what we're going to do, sorry guys, I need to stop changing the screen. What we're going to do is, I'm going to give you exactly, I need a timer. I'm going to give you exactly 60 seconds to write. I'm going to give you exactly 60 seconds. No, 90 seconds, a minute and a half. In your first column, what I want you to do is, I want you to write a list of all the experiences you want to have before you die. What do you really want to experience? Now, I'm going to start literally now. And wait, not now. Wait 1 second. Let me put my stop clock on, because it needs to be a minute. And there's a reason. The reason why it needs to be a minute, 90 seconds, is because you don't need too long to think about this. You need just enough for you to, you just need enough time for what first comes off your mind. Like, you want, that's what you really want. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. So I want you to write a list of all the experiences you want to have before you die. Like, what do you really want to experience? Think about all the amazing people you see yourself doing things with. What would you do if time and money wasn't an objective? Think about, write down experiences you want to have with your kids, with your family, with your friends. What type of car do you want to drive? What type of home do you want to live in? What type of food do you want to eat? What do you want your day to look like every day? Like, list all the experiences you could possibly imagine having and what you want those experiences to be. Got 10 seconds, guys. 2, 1, stop. Okay, so that's your experiences that you want to have. Right, now in the second column, now I want you to list growth. What growth do you want to experience? Now, fulfillment in life comes from experiences, but we've also found that on an intrinsic level, how we grow is important. So I'm going to start the clock again. And when I say about grow, when I'm talking about growth, like what new skills do you want to learn? Like, do you want to develop more confidence? Like, you need to list all the growth, personal growth you want to have. So on your marks, get set, go. So start listing all the things that you want, areas of your life you want to grow. Think about your intellectual life, what books do you want to read? What skills, what languages, what habits do you want to change? What character traits do you want to develop? Do you want to be more honest? Do you want to have more confidence, more integrity? Think about your emotional intelligence. Do you want to be more patient? Manage your anger better? What about, your personal life? Where do you want to grow? How do you want to grow? What about your spiritual life? Do you pray? Do you want to pray more? Do you want to learn to meditate? Keep writing. And don't forget health and fitness as well, guys. It's very important. Okay, we've got 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay. And then our final comment. Now, contribution is a massive thing. And okay, not everybody's here to save the world or wants to, which is perfectly fine. But contribution can be anything. Like, you want to just for your family if you have one, or you want to save dogs, whatever that may be. So I want you to write and list the various ways you want to contribute to the world before you die. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So think about all the ways you want to contribute to the world. Make a list of, how you can contribute to your family, your friends, your community, your city, the world. It could be teaching kids at school, could be through your art, could be, a charity you want to do, a certain cause you want to support. We're talking about your legacy. What do you want that to be? How are you making the world a better place through your time, through your money, or through your love? Like, what are your contributions to the world? And guys, this is one of the surest ways to fulfillment. So keep writing, what contributions you want to make before you die. What do you want your legacy to be in this life? Okay, 3, 2, 1, stop. So that, guys, is and I just want to go back to you quickly, because this is quite I don't think many people, when I did this, for me it was very, very life changing. Can you repeat yourself again, please? I hope you caught that, because I didn't see that, Jake. But that was just to find out, what areas of your life, your experiences that you want to have, the growth you want to experience, and the contribution you want to make. Very, very important. Jonah says, beautiful exercise. Yeah, it really is, right? It just really makes you think about, why you're doing it and what you want. And I need you guys to be very clear about this, because if you're not, then why are you doing this? You have to have a big why. It's not about the money. The money's just the means. It's the end that we're going to, it's the end. So guys, we are coming, we're slowly getting to the end. This has gone on much longer. I think I've put too much content in, but I hope you guys are getting some value from this, because this is the sort of stuff week in, week out we will be doing. Obviously not all about self and all sort of, but because we'll be going into more business stuff later on, but these are just some bits. I have gone over time, so I think we're going to leave these exercises for today, because we have gone over time. So I just want you guys, we'll do those on the next week, which is just looking at your competencies. and then also where you are, what you know and what you don't. So we know where you're starting at, and where you'd like to be when it comes to running a business online, and what skills you need to develop. But I just wanted to before we wrap up, is just kind of ask you guys just to comment on what you've taken away from today's session. What have been your big takeaways? That'd be really great to hear. What you've really taken away from this. Also, well, yeah, let's start on that. What have been your takeaways, guys? Rick says this has been enlightening, great content. Colin says been great. That's fantastic, guys. And you lurkers just lurking. I see 22 lurkers. I see 3 people talking and 20 people just watching. So lurkers, you can, you can come out when you feel like it. But it's fine. I know this is the first session, so some people just want to come on and see what it's about, what training, what kind of training that I do and offer. This is really about you. All this stuff that I'm showing you are the exact things that I've been taught to do, that I've just transformed myself and business. So I'm sharing this knowledge in the hope that you'll do the work and get the results. Dennis is very informative. Jacqueline, this is in alignment with my mindset these weeks. That's so perfect, and I really believe in alignment. Like everyone who is here on this call, there's a reason why. It's not by chance. Noah says, would like to know more about the personality types. So we will be doing this. Sinasha said, this session has really helped made me self-reflect. And guys, we will be doing a lot of this during the session, during the weeks that we go on. And we'll obviously have the group so we can, keep the momentum, share stuff. And this is what I love about having a community and group, is because we're all going on this journey together. And it's going to be exciting, especially when you're learning something new. And we're doing a self-reflection as well. So you're going to have like breakthroughs just within. And when you start to have them breakthroughs within, you'll have them without. And this is what the challenge is about. When I mentioned in the beginning, it's a transformational journey, on what you believe about definitely personal growth and yourself. And, when we get into the money stuff, guys, we haven't even scratched the surface. This is just session 1. So there's so much more to come. Then it says, I like that you highlight not only to set goals, but what competencies and strengths one must develop. Yeah. And that's what we'll cover next week. More is the skills we need to develop. And so you guys are really aware. And so I'm aware, because if I know where you lack or what you need to work on, then I know how I can support you best, and what tools and what training, to focus on my 7 minutes test centers. Yeah. So, Glenn said, yes, this is definitely in alignment with my plans for this week. It was fantastic, guys. And, I'm really, really happy. Glenn says, and also love the engagement of the people here. I know you guys are great. Like, guys, you've got to just do this challenge. I don't want anyone who's here, may there be no obstacles or no objections to doing this challenge over the next 100 days, because, this is, Damien says, can you post the slides? Yeah, so I can post the slides in the group. Not a problem. If you join the actual group, oops, where have I lost you guys? If you join the group, so going off to the close. So just to recap anyway. Oh yeah, sorry. Next question. What's one small step you will take now? I really want to know, like, what action, guys, do you think you would? Oh, Erica, nice to see you. This will definitely make me think deeper about what I want in life and how I can achieve it. Exactly that. And this is what the challenge is about. It's about what you want. And I'm going to show you the hows, like strategies on how you can simplify strategies, because we don't want to make this complicated. We want you to get the money to make those goals happen easy. We don't want to complicate it. Colin said, it's just reaffirmed what I was thinking about currently. Amazing, guys. This is amazing. I would so really wish all you that follow me, if you have got any value, just so we can get more people engaged, just talk about it, like mention it on your social media. If you want, this is entirely up to you, but it would just so help, because I feel like everybody needs to do this work. Unfortunately, we don't put it in schools, or nobody's going to sit down and do it with you. So, and I think so many people will grow and benefit from it. V, not lurking, V. One of my goals is to know it better, know IT better, engage with chat. Okay, fantastic. So yeah, that's perfect. So again, guys, we're going to do inner work, then we're going to go into technical, because we're definitely going to be learning a lot about the technicalities of social media, programmatic advertising. You know, we're going to be looking at automation. We're going to be going into using digital. Like there is a number of things we're going to be learning. Some stuff might be great for you. Others, you know, you might think not, but there's different accesses. These live calls are going to be more about us interacting and doing this kind of work, your motivations, what you want to do, your competencies. But we have other training that will go more into, you know, technicalities of maybe bits you want to learn and focus on. So just to wrap up then, on a scale of 1 to 10, guys, put numbers in. Have you been challenged to think differently? 1 if completely not at all, there's nothing has changed. 10 if, you know, really, really, really been challenged. So just drop your numbers. Let me know what you, let me know. And on a scale of 1 to 10, have you been challenged to think differently? Jake says, you really open up my mind to know myself. Thanks. You're so welcome. And as I said, guys, this is just the beginning of the challenge. This is just day 1. So if you guys feel like this now, oh, Snatch said 10, brilliant. If you guys feel like this now, imagine what you feel like on day 100. Genesis 7 to 8, solid 7. That is beautiful, guys. And I really, you know, this is just the beginning of it. I say only because I missed the beginning, no problem. But as I said, I'll get the replay, guys, anyway, so it's not a problem. And I'd say it's encouraged me to kick on and stop procrastinating so much. Solid 9 and 10. That's brilliant, Matthew. Thanks for contributing. Yeah, that's brilliant, guys. So I really want you to all participate in the 100K 100-day challenge. This is week 1. Just to recap, we've looked at, we must understand our beings and actions we take to have what we want. We've looked at, you know, your core values, some of them, and we'll do deeper work into this stuff that, again, surface. We looked at what your genius is, which, again, I want you guys to take the test so you guys can actually know which path you are and you get a report. We look at the life-changing questions and understanding where you are right now. We didn't do the last two because we just time's taken on, but we will do them next week. So, guys, this is about joining and actually participating in this challenge for the next, you know, 12 weeks, 13. But we're going to do this for 100 days, as in every week we'll have a live call, we'll do exercises. But the core of it, what we're going to be doing is how to create your roadmap. So what you'll discover and what you'll learn during this 100K and 100-day challenge is how to create your roadmap to business success by Done For You. So I have created a Done For You online business that delivers results. You will make money from this. I don't want people struggling. Like you need something where, you know, you can understand the product, which is around training, by the way. So I have a training business that I will show you how you can actually start training or selling training. And you might not want to do that. That's fine. You can, if you have your own business, we can work on that. But the whole point of this is to get you to the quickest result, which is to make 100 grand. So by part of this, you'll be given the tools to create a business, which is like the essential foundation of, you know, being able to have something that you like, that you're learning from. My philosophy is learn and earn. So whilst you're learning, you're earning. You know, whilst you're learning the technicalities, you can show other people and actually get paid to do that. You'll also discover how to make adjustments to your behavior, because this is the most important thing, what you do, to become more effective as an online entrepreneur. And this is like the most vital thing. And this is why we do this work. And we'll be doing a lot of this work because you have to be motivated. You have to think differently. You have to behave differently. And so this is part of the challenge, you know. You'll also discover the 3-point step-by-step system that you'll implement and start an online business right away. Because as soon as we get into the business stuff, you know, you want to literally, you'll get your business and you will learn how to start doing everything you need to market a business. What I will teach you, whatever business you have, whether it's business that we create for you or one you create for yourself, these strategies and formulas are going to make you get customers and earning money quickly. Okay. So I expect you all to be earning money within 45 days or less, you know. I'm going to help you position yourself. Now, some steel people don't want to be leaders, and that's fine. I can help you in different ways. But for those who actually want to be, you know, out there a bit more, or a leader in their field, whatever that is, whether you want to go into coaching or training, or you're a personal trainer, or you have a business already, I will show you how to position yourselves, content, the different types of tools you can use. Facebook Live is becoming a big thing. You've got the Instagram. So, I'll help you along with, because it's not just me, by the way, I've got other people and tools coming in to help, who will show you how you can find the best clients. Business is about finding clients. So the main crux of it is that. So that's going to be a lot of the training. How do you sell? How do you, close deals? They'll also be teaching you the exact components of 15 grand high ticket sales. One of the best things and biggest things that I've learned in online business is high ticket. If you can close one sale a month for $15,000, you'd only need to do, it's not that difficult. Like, people are doing it. Not saying it's like a world in the pot, but there's so many ways to make that easier, especially if you're giving value. So we have tools for you to learn how to sell high ticket. We also provide scripts. We provide email content. You pretty much get everything on how to set up an online business, your autoresponders, automated tools. We basically give you all of that. We also help you to overcome objections and learn how to sell to clients, because one of the biggest things of most entrepreneurs, you just don't know how to get business. So I'll support you and work on that and show you how to master online marketing that will help you scale your business to 6 figures and beyond, even if you've never run an online business before. So that is what is this 100 days is about. Yes, we've done a lot of self-development work, but ultimately we're doing that because we want to have money so we can do the things that you just wrote about, right? So what the program includes? So it includes access to a digital marketing and training videos. So we have over 300, depending on what level you want to learn and what you're coming at. We can tailor. So if you want to learn Facebook ads, or you want to really master YouTube, or you want to learn all three, or LinkedIn. Some people want to just learn LinkedIn. We've got everything. You might want to learn just high ticket and just do the sort of personal development work. Everyone has their specific areas. So we'll get to know and everyone obviously who has joined will have our call. So I can really identify what you want to do. Do you want the business that's done for you, or do you want to work on your own? Whatever. We don't, it's not rigid in this. You really work with what's good for you and what you want to accomplish. So you get a business franchise license, which allows you to resell our on-demand coaching and training program, which can earn you between $180,000 to $15,000 per sale, which is really the quickest way to get to high ticket, or 100 grand is to just sell a few high ticket programs. You'll get weekly coaching calls with trainer, mentor, and business coach, myself, Victoria Walker. And I'll just provide you with the insight and guidance you need to really complete the tasks. That's what most people get, all this information, they don't do anything. That's when nothing happens. So the weekly coaching calls, and also the group where we can interact and, share what's going on, what's working, what isn't, is kind of what you have, which again is another thing you'll get, which is you'll be part of a super, super, super supportive entrepreneurial community, which we're building. And it will be, so everyone that's on this call, if you join, this will be, the private Facebook group where, we'll just all have each other's back, and we'll all be on this mission to do and make the transformation in our lives together, And then you'll get additional support by being part or watching the hot seats available each week. So every week I will do a hot seat, and on a Facebook Live with the group. And so one person just gets to be, or two, we either just get you on a call, or you'll be on the hot seat, and you basically can get insight to specific problems and questions. And it can be on your personal development. You might be having blocks and resistance and, finding it difficult to do things, or you might be struggling with how to set up a Facebook ad, or, you might be struggling to close a sale, or whatever business challenges one has, we all probably will have it. So I'll do a hot seat so we can really do Cash in A to support everybody with their online business. Okay. So trading and coaching prices. So let's talk about money, right? So coaching and business coaching, and mentoring, for me, typical 12-week program, I would charge about $3,000 plus. That's just standard in the coaching and mentoring world. Anyone who's hired a coach will know that. The license for a franchise, easily $15,000. That is, what you would pay. Private group coaching, my last group, I paid $700 a month to be part of a mastermind online group, something similar. And I'm also offering, one-off, especially when you enroll, I'm going to give you like a one-to-one session. So we're going to really flash out what it is you want to do, set your goals and your map and educational plan, and really tailor something for you. And that would come up about $500 an hour. So really the total value of this is about $19,000, 100, just under 20 grand in terms of value, what we are providing in this challenge. Okay. But obviously I'm not going to charge you that, and I'm not going to offer that. Now, what we want is people who can actually do the business and get the tools for the business. So the training and everything is, the challenge is there, but you can't do the challenge without the tools. So you need to commit. And the tools will be having the business and having the tools to actually market and grow the business. So I'm going to charge you $5,000 for it. Probably not. Am I going to charge you $997? Maybe. In fact, guys, how much would you pay? I'm away for 2 weeks, but log in. How much would you pay for this if you were to invest? It'd be quite interesting to see how much you think. 13 weeks of coaching, mentoring of this level. How much would you pay for it? A business license, an actual business, and mastermind. How much would you guys think it would be reasonable? Just drop a comment. Let me know what you think the value would be to you. Everyone's gone quiet. Everyone's like, money? Huh? But I'm interested to see how much you think this would be of value. How much value do you think this would be to you? To you personally. Nobody knows. I think based on what you're selling, Dahami says, based on what you're selling, what do you think? Come on, guys. It was all active before. Just put anything. You can say nothing. You should be free. This is honestly more than the price you're offering. It could be free. Some people say it should be free. No. A lot goes into this, but the whole point, we want to make it accessible. What you've outlined is not unreasonable, but I'm not charging $997, by the way, guys. So I'm offering this literally for you guys today to access everything that I've put for $500. That is all. And just to recap of what you will be getting for that is pretty much all this. And guys, I've had to price it. I mean, obviously couldn't do it all for free. I could do, people wanted to join the challenge, but it was like, I can't train people without you having the tools. And so we've made it accessible thanks to our partner as well. Oh yeah, we haven't done the raffle, guys. We've made it accessible because we've got a really good partner, which we'll get into a little bit later on down the line, who is helping us subsidize some of these costs as well. So we can offer it at $500 because we want more people on this. We want everyone to be able to access this. Now, if anybody wants to join, yeah, Colin said the value would be about $3,000. It's worth a lot more than $1,000. Exactly. Worth it, can't afford it. That's fine. If anybody wants to join and for any reason, I mean, it's a steal, but I know everybody's position is not, everyone's position is different. And I definitely seriously want as many people to be a part of this. I don't even want to make it about money, even though it's about money. Can you imagine? I don't want to make it about money, but it's about money. I don't want to make this the money stop people from having the experience. It's very important to me because I think in life, too many people are limited by what they don't have and they don't get the opportunity. And I've been fortunate. Some people have just helped me and trained me, but obviously I'm not charity. So what I am saying to anyone that wants to do it but might not be able to commit today, or doesn't have like the full money, or wants to pay, part of it, I'm open. Like, just don't let the opportunity of you being able to create a transformation. And it's, for me, it's not about how much we charge, it's about the results that people get. Very, very important to me, more than actually the money to me. Hence why I'm willing to like bring it down to something that I think everybody can try and afford for their education. Because if it was about the money, I definitely wouldn't be on the call here with you guys pitching 500. I would be doing what I would be doing, making 3 grand, 5 grand. Glenn says, I saw the numbers changing. Yeah, it was basically going down. Noel said that we'll call you tomorrow with the decision. That's fine. So guys, if you want to join, this will be your cost. You will have your business. And the whole point of having the business is so you can actually start making money straight away with the training. You'll get access to the coaching, and you'll get access to the group and myself. So who wants to join the 100K challenge? Say I. So I'm reading what Dermy's saying. I think 500 is fair. Sorry. I think it's more than fair. Like, if somebody said to me, for me to coach them for that, I would like jump at it, because I know the value of being coached and the value of, a transformation, and the value of the tools and everything that you're going to get. So guys, anybody who wants to do this, if you don't have it now, or you're not feeling like, you're not in the position, don't let that stop you. Because I know everyone's on here because they want to make money, and often people who want to make money don't have money, and just unfortunately that's why you're here. So this is why, we have to make it accessible. But don't let, even if you don't have this, don't let that stop you. That's what I'm trying to say. Derek says, I'm in. Fantastic. Yeah, for those of you who may be struggling or don't have it, please don't let that stop you. Talk to me, message me. I will, accommodate, we can come up with a payment plan or something. Because as I'm saying to you guys, and I genuinely mean this, I want everybody to have the experience of a transformational journey like I have had, and the benefits it's given me. I want everybody in the world, if I could, have this experience. So Audrey said, I'm going to commit, speak soon. So guys, so we've got Jonah Rick, we've got Rickland. So what I'm going to do, there's a link here that all those who want to register, you can do so on this link through the PayPal. You can make your commitment. Let me know. I've obviously got everybody's email. So we're literally launching today. So for over the next 7 days, for all of you who are in, and this offer, I'm literally offering at this price for the next 12 hours, guys. So those of you who are in, let me know, and we can sort out the logistics later or after. But just let me know you're in, so I can know who I'm accounting for, get all your learning plans together, get all your sessions booked in this week, so I know, okay, who's doing what training you're going to need. And then we can literally rock and roll, guys. We can literally rock and roll. So, yeah, I mean, you guys have been so amazing. I really, really want to see every single one of you in this group, in this challenge. Don't run away. Don't feel afraid. You're here because you want a transformation. And I assure you, if you hold my hands and go through this next 100 days with me, your life will never be the same. I'm telling you, if you just do the work and you stick with it, your life will never be the same. So that's it, guys. So thank you for everyone who's joined me. And do just click on the link, message me, inbox me, email me. I've got all your email addresses, so I will follow you guys up. And I hope to see you next Thursday on the next session, where we'll be following on from here. I hope to see you in the group as well, guys. So I love you all lots, and take care. Bye. Yeah. See you guys. All right, Colin, see your comment as well. Yeah, everything's flexible, guys. So don't feel you have to, if you can't put everything today, it's fine. We can spread it over the period. Like, we just want to make it happen. Whatever we can do to make it happen for people, we're going to do it. Okay, so just reach out to me and we'll sort something. Bye Audrey. We'll PM you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dean. Bye, no. Ciao. See you guys.